Right. 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 Hey guys, and welcome back to Medlin's Avenue. If this is your first time, welcome. My name is Medlin. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button because you clicked on this video for a reason, so you're definitely here to stay. Do you feel? And if you are a returning subscriber, hey guys, welcome back. So this is the last video of the year. Crazy. That's so crazy. Like, if you made it to the last week of the year, then you are blessed. Like, literally, God has blessed you and kept you throughout these troubling times. Like, 2020 was quite the year, and it wasn't the year we expected, because I can remember, like, ending of 2019, everybody was already screaming for spring break, shouting for Afro Nation. Then COVID came, and literally, like, everything just stopped. Like, literally everything stopped. So if you are able to see the last week of the year, just take a moment to thank God. Like, literally pause this video, tell God thank you, and then we can go on. Like, I will wait for you. Just tell him thank you. Okay, so since this is the last week of the year, I'm bringing you a special Talk Time with M episode. I am really excited about this. I have not given you Talk Time with M in a while. I think the last time I gave you Talk Time with M was May, June, I'm not sure, but it's been a while since I gave you Talk Time with M. And I'm just basically gonna be telling you 5 things that we need, or we have to take away from this year, because there was a lot to learn from this year, and I'm really happy that I got to learn everything that I learned. I mean, obviously I am not a finished product. Like, I'm not fine-tuned. Like, I'm not exactly where I need to be in terms of learning all the things I need to learn, but there's definitely progress, and I also thank God for that. So I'm just gonna give you guys 5 takeaways from this year for me, like the 5 takeaways for me from this year, and also let me know what your own takeaways are in the comment section below. So the first thing is perseverance. I know I already talked about this on Talk Time with M. Like, my last Talk Time with M episode was me talking about perseverance, and that was like the one thing that I learned throughout my 4 years in undergrad. I don't know what else. Like, I don't really want to go in depth in perseverance because I've already touched on that whole topic. So if you want to know more about, like, what I'm about to say, you should definitely go check out that Talk Time with Them episode. I'm gonna link it in the description box for you guys. So perseverance, right? Perseverance is basically keep on pushing. And I'm gonna give a quick example just to explain the whole thing. So I remember I think it was June, July-ish. I just went on Twitter and I tweeted, I think I'm going to stop this YouTube thing. I'm going to look for the tweet and let you guys know what it was. I'll put it on the screen, but basically it was just me talking about quitting YouTube, right? And I tweeted it, and then I slept, and then I woke up the next morning and all the messages I had, crazy. And the one message that really touched me was someone literally posted a clip of my Talk Time with episode talking about perseverance. You just have to keep on pushing, guys. I don't know how to express this enough. Keep on pushing. And that's basically just what this whole year has taught me, just to keep on pushing regardless of where I am. Not necessarily where I am physically, but where I am in life, like in my mental state, where I am with the things that I'm putting all my energy into. Regardless of how far back I feel like I am, just keep on pushing. That's perseverance. Keep on pushing. Regardless of how difficult it is, keep on pushing. There's a reason why you are where you are. There's a reason why that thing is a challenge for you. And I know that whatever the challenge is, God is definitely going to see us through it. And I'm just going to paraphrase a scripture that I read today. I was reading 1 Samuel 18 verse 28 says, "Thus Saul saw and knew that the Lord was with David, and that Michal, Saul's daughter, loved him, and Saul was still more afraid of David. So Saul became David's enemy." And basically this whole, I'm so sorry, I feel like I'm like just diverting, but basically this whole chapter was just talking about how Saul envied David. Saul did things that would get David into trouble, but because God was with David, regardless of whatever Saul tried to do, David was still just protected by God. So that's just what I want to like basically buttress on this point, is that regardless of where you are, God sees you, he knows what you're going through, and he can also see the breakthrough that's coming. So when you see yourself facing an obstacle, think of it as an obstacle. It's just something you have to get through. It's not something that's supposed to pull you back, but something that's supposed to take you further. So whenever you're facing an obstacle, just keep on persevering, keep on pushing, you will get there. That's the first thing I learned this year, because I faced so many challenges that really almost forced me to quit, but I just had to persevere. Like, God just had in me, like, if I am with you, then nothing can be against you. So just keep on pushing, okay? Keep on pushing. Okay, so the number 2 point, or the number 2 takeaway, is space or time. Space/time, or space and time. I don't really know the difference, but I'll explain it to you now. Give yourself space from people, give yourself time away from people, because not even only people, but just give yourself space and time from everything, right? Like me, I have my YouTube channel, I have my blog, I'm doing my masters. I literally just have so many things that are surrounding me that if you don't take those necessary breaks, like, that's just basically how I can explain it. So do your best to take space and time away from everything, because that helps you to just reflect on yourself, and that gives you, you know, that basically breath of fresh air that you've taken out time for yourself. You can relax, you can sleep. I used to be that kind of person that's like, if I don't have something to do, I must look for something to do. And it obviously isn't healthy, because if I'm constantly doing something, then when do I have the time to rest, right? And it can also cause you to forget sometimes. I remember I was having a conversation with someone, and he was like, oh, so what's this vlog about? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? And he's like, don't you remember what you posted on your story? And I'm like, wait, like, it causes you to forget, right? Like, I had actually posted it on my story, and I remembered after he mentioned that I posted it on my story, but because I'm doing so many things at once, it's like I don't even have time to remember the things that I've done. Take space away from everything and everyone. Like, it's really, really good. It really helps with your mental. Ooh. The way space and time apart from things and people help your mental health, it's like, it's mind-blowing what that can do. So do your best to always take time out for it. The number 3 thing is God, and I feel like this is going to be a little bit tied in 2.1, where I talked about perseverance, and you know, that's one lesson that I said that God was really teaching me this year. When I say God, I mean like the relationship we have with God. Our relationship with God is basically supposed to be our number 1 priority. When I wake up in the morning, like, I remember Pelumi, I follow her on Instagram, and she basically made a blog post of I think it's something about, I think the title had to do with something Malians or something like that, but basically in the reading, she was basically talking about how there are things that we do unconsciously that basically take us away, or basically reduces the amount of time we spend with God. And one of them was like music, and sometimes we don't even know. It's like me, I love music. Like, I love listening to music. I love, bruh, when I tell you that I love music, like, I love music. And I'm the kind of person that when I wake up in the morning, sometimes I'm just putting my earplugs in my ear and just playing music to kind of like wake me up, or I'm like unlocking my phone to check through my notifications. But it's like, instead of waking up to listen to music, or waking up by listening to music, or waking up by checking my notifications, why can't I wake up by having that time with God? Our relationship with God is supposed to be our number 1 priority. So when you wake up, you should be thinking about waking up with God. So instead of waking up with music, or waking up with notifications on your phone, you should actually wake up, open your Bible app, or if you have like a physical Bible, open up your Bible, read a chapter, pray to God, just actually meditate on it, pray to God, ask him to guide you through the day. So I feel like the more we reflect on the things that we do most will actually make us see, okay, we're actually neglecting God. I'm trying to like make this as brief as possible because I don't want this to be long. But basically, my relationship with God is something that I really took out from this year, because making that conscious effort to know him more, by reading the scriptures and praying to him daily, or just talking to him, really brought me closer to him, and that has made my life like a lot easier. Making that conscious effort really showed me how much I missed from him, and also how much I learned as well from him. Because when when you miss out on something for so long that you start getting back to it, you start wanting to do it more and more and more, and the more you do it, the more you learn from it and things like that. So I feel like our relationship with God has to be like a huge priority, like the number one priority. All right, so number 4 is believe. Okay, so basically there are certain things that like I always wanted to do, but I would always just limit myself to how far I could go because of where I was or where I felt like I was. I would always say, oh, I can't do it, like I don't think I should do it, like I'm not where this other person is, so maybe I shouldn't do it, or things like that. And I came across this thing. It basically has to do with like comparison and things like that, and I'm just going to read it out to like just explain what I mean by like when I say believe. It says, comparison is such a sneaky little thief. It has never served our fullest self. In a way, we dishonor God by comparing ourselves to others. I truly believe that when God created each of us, he took his time, and when he finished, he was sure of himself about us. So when we look at others and compare our beauty, our life, our talent, anything, in many ways we are saying to him, you didn't do a good enough job with me. And that is a lie. That's why comparison is a thief of joy and gratitude. And sometimes believing in ourselves, I would like connect that to comparison, because the reason why we don't believe in ourselves is because we see what other people are doing and we see where they are, and because we've seen where they are and how far they are, we think that, oh, I can't get there, like look at where she is, or look at where he is, I can't get there. We don't have the same numbers, we don't have the same this, we don't have the same that. So you start to doubt yourself that you can't do something. So I feel like the less we compare ourselves, the more we would believe in ourselves. Like, you can do whatever you want to do. God brought you here to do what you're doing because he gave you those talents for a reason. So use them, and use them well. Don't compare them with others. Okay, so the last point that I have, I think I have one extra point, but the last one that I have here is enjoy. And it's basically just like enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. If you have survived 2020, then you would know that this year was very, very, I don't even know the word. I don't know the word, but this year was quite the year, right? So if it's anything that I've learned from this year, apart from the 4 things that I mentioned, it's just enjoying my life, because you don't know when your last moment can be, or you don't know when your last moment will be with your families, your loved ones. So make sure that you enjoy yourself, make sure that you enjoy your life, make sure that you live a life filled with purpose, a life that was filled with laughter, joy, peace, a life that had meaning to you and to other people. I remember when I was on live with Sammy, I think someone asked a question that, would you say a larger audience is better, or something like that, and I'm going to relate this as quick as I can. But basically what I said was, you can have a large audience, but what effect do you have on your audience, right? So make sure that you live a life full of purpose, a life that is enjoyable. You can have 5 people that are following you, and you are directly affecting those 5 people with the content you put out, and with the things you do, and with the things you say, and that's a life filled with meaning. But you can have 1 million people following you, and all they do is just look at your stuff and scroll. They don't really engage, they don't really regard you as someone who can literally add meaning to their life. And for me, I enjoy life more when I find out that I'm impacting the lives of other people with what I do, or with how I live my life. So that's just basically what I'm going to say. Like, that's the last point. Basically, just enjoy yourself, enjoy your life, enjoy the things that you like to do. Make sure that you're living a life that is pleasing to you and God most especially. And yeah, that's basically what I have. The little point that I wanted to add was basically your mental health, which I kind of touched on when I talked about taking space and time. Just make sure that your mental health is intact, because this year I'm sure it toyed with a lot of people's mental health. And yeah, enjoy yourself, take space and time for yourself, keep on pushing, you're almost there. Put your relationship with God as number one, and believe in yourself. Believe that you can do what you want to do. Believe in yourself. You don't need any other person to believe in you. You have God, and that is enough. I'm so sorry if this was long for you, but I really wanted to buttress on everything as much as I could, and I really do hope this message was impactful to you. I hope it was something that you actually received. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I look forward to seeing you in 2021. That's crazy. I look forward to seeing you in 2021. I hope you have an amazing rest of the year, and God bless you, God keep you. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, let me know in the comment section what it is that you're taking away from this year. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.